Hi, Miss Rodriguez. I'm Aaliyah,
I'm Sherilyn.
and we have some questions for you and about your backpack program.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you too. So the first question is, how and when did the Forsyth backpack program start?
That's a great question. Well, the program was started or became a nonprofit in 2013. So that's about almost 13 years ago. It's in this 12th year. And it was started by three mothers right here in our community. And they saw the need for children to be fed in the classrooms where their children were. And they went over to Second Harvest Food Bank and met with the director of childhood hunger, who happened to be me, and asked how they could feed children. And I told them, I said, there's this wonderful program called Backpack Program, and you can feed children, and we can help you do that. And they did. So I am so honored to have known these three mothers who came together and started this program.
That's like a really good way to start a program, and plus how far it has came right to now. Almost like almost every school gets it, right?
That's right. Well, we have 12 schools right now under our program. So we feed 12 schools, and I think Mr. Daniels probably has a list of those schools, and your school happens to be one of them.
Yippee, you get food.
Yay!
Excellent.
Okay, the next question is I want to ask is, can you talk about what food insecure means and how it
Okay.
impacts what you do?
Oh, that's a great question too. Unfortunately, 1 in 5 children in our community is food insecure. And what does that mean? That means they don't know where their next meal is coming from. So if they're in school, they can get their breakfast and lunch, but when they go home, they may not have any dinner. And then over the weekends, they may not have any or very little food. And that is why the Foresight Backpack Program helps to feed the children over the weekends so that they're ready to come back to school and learn. It impacts everybody. Obviously, it impacts you, the students, and the children in our community, but it also impacts our community because if we have children who are food insecure, they can't learn. If they can't learn, they can't get ahead in their education. And then the community suffers because we don't have the adults to be able to do what needs to be done in our community to help everybody. So it's not a good thing. And I will tell you this too. Another statistic is that North Carolina is 10th in our country for food insecurity. And that's pretty bad.
How do you know if the children are allergic to the foods?
Oh, that's a great question too. And I know Mr. Daniels can probably share some information with you, but every school that is under our program receives what's called a permission letter. And that permission letter goes home to the child or student's parents or guardians, and they need to fill it out. And there's questions where it says, is your child allergic to nuts? Is your child allergic, or diabetic, can't have sugar? Does your child need some kind of different foods? So those are the questions that are asked before the child or student can participate in the program. So that's a really good
The
question.
next question is it stressful to get the right amount of food to each school?
Oh, that's a great question. That's probably a better question answered by our director of operations, who wasn't able to be with us today. His name is David Ajami, but it takes a lot of work to schedule deliveries since we have 12 schools and we also have 4 pantries that serve families. It takes a lot of work from ordering the food to making sure we have the right numbers for each school so that we drop off enough food for all the students for a period of time. So it does take a lot of planning. We have to plan ahead. So from pickup, because we pick up the food from Second Harvest Food Bank, and then that is delivered to the schools. So from there to the school, it does take a lot of planning and someone driving a truck, David driving a truck, getting to the schools. And sometimes he has to go to multiple schools. So yeah, it's a lot of planning work.
What else can students and schools do to help fight food insecurity?
Great question, and you're doing it now, and it's being recorded. So you share with other people that there are hungry children and students in our community, and that's called awareness. I think if people don't know that this is happening, they don't know how to help. And of course, helping can be any form. It could be donating money. It could be donating food. You can donate food to Second Harvest Food Bank. You can donate snacks to Forsyth BackPack Program. But most of all, you're being advocates. And an advocate is someone who shares what's going on in the community and supports the cause. So that is what you're doing right now. And that's great. Word of mouth, just let people know that you want to help feed students just like yourselves out there. So thank you.
Hey, we're helping. Yay.
Yes.
Thank you for your time and thank you for coming here with us to talk about how we can help we can help stop food insecurity and how we can prevent it.